it the way we were going to do it, which is exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that's going to smell.
That is the best way to start.
That smelled like it came from your butt. All the way through the entire...
I had El Sombrero today.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You should have told me. I wouldn't have come.
That came from your colon. Out of your mouth.
I could feel it rumble to death. It's the Time Spent Poorly Show live with Derek and Edwardo. Tonight we discuss the most recent episode of Game of Thrones and more. See? I fucked it up already. Tonight's guest is Josh Elliot. He's right over there. Even though the show has a real suave announcer, it's still just a podcast in the Pacific Northwest. Learn more about the show and its hosts and their guests at tspn.fun. Because your time's no fun unless it's spent poorly. Come spend yours with us. I'm your announcer, The Beard. Now, without further delay, here are Derek and Edwardo.
Yeah, I like that. Hey! I like that. Feels all official. That's what the new show has. Thanks, Beardy.
Yeah. The Beard over there is our new announcer. He's also from the radio. Josh, if you didn't know, is...
dabbled a little bit.
Are you still working there? Or did you have to...
No, I haven't been there for a while now.
Really?
So I'm just working.
He's got to come up.
It's not. Radio.
No, not at all.
Let's test him here real quick. Right now.
Anything?
Yeah!
What was it?
This was overriding where you plugged in the computer before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you got sound now, right?
I think so, yeah.
Now we have sound.
Yeah, I can hear.
All right. Good. There we are.
Wonderful.
That was a little scary. I was like,
Every episode has a problem.
hey, no, that's okay.
Hey,
I'm just glad I heard
really
it
the show.
Let's really the show. Yeah. But now we can hear him, and that's what matters.
So you're not working at the radio anymore?
No, we're done with that now.
There you go.
Too much commuting, which sucked. But
Yeah. Where was that at?
So I worked at Ida Bend. So I was working for the old outlaw.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I absolutely despise country music and worked at a country station for almost 4 years.
See, you could have traded with Bob Scott, because Bob Scott sounds like a country disc jockey, and he's doing rock and roll 7 to midnight, or 5 to 10.
Yeah.
He does sound like
Wasn't 7 to midnight your shift forever?
I started out midnight to 6, and then I went 7 to midnight.
Yeah, okay.
And 7 to midnight was awesome, because I rode Jason Ford's coattails, and I was #1 in my time slot when I started.
Nice. Are you doing any radio now?
No, I still have a handful of commercials that run, and I show up for Warrior Sports to just be the board op, but I don't talk.
Nice.
I'll be running the championship games this year for the NAIA World Series.
That's exciting.
It's always exciting.
That is really exciting.
Back. And then, not only do I get a paycheck from the radio station, so that the government thinks I only work at the radio station. Well, not the government, because I work for the post office, but I did. Now this is going on I did the free credit report. I checked it out because there was something funky with my credit. So I went through the different credit reporting agencies, and none of them had me at Regents. They didn't have me at the hotel. They didn't even have me at the post office. They all think I just still work for the radio station.
Huh.
And that's because I've never updated Facebook.
It's Facebook.
They're tracking me on Facebook.
Interesting.
That's why they're free credit reports now, because they're so easy to, to do. Let's just check his Facebook profile. Fuck everything else.
It's like he works for 4K Radio.
Time Spent Poorly will be at the series this year as well.
Sweet!
We will be covering that.
Sports program, yeah? Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Just the network in general. I'm just going to bring my phone and just do like Brave Sam at the games. Yeah, I'll probably do a couple Brave Sams. Okay. Yeah. But I want to do more of those. I just got to find the time.
Have you seen any, Rick, of the
Brave Sam? No. My YouTube videos I've been doing. I've only done 2 so far, but I hate watching them in front of people because I laugh as if it's not me in the video, and that makes me feel bad about myself. Like people are like, this asshole is laughing at his own video. Yeah. That said, I actually do genuinely think they're hilarious.
I love them.
The second one, the global warming
Jesse sent me one. Well, Jesse sent me a sent me a text the day that you did the first one. Mm-hmm. And she's like, Derek just posted a video and I can't stop laughing or something like that. And I was like, and I just barely started watching it. Yeah. And I lost control. And that was it was on a whim. And then a bunch of people at work were like, hey, did you make a video this weekend? And I was like, oh yeah, I did. It's this stupid global warming one. And then they're like, yeah, it's hilarious. And I was like, oh, help me make it viral. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's not play it on the show. No. Let's draw people, listeners. Go watch it on YouTube. Our YouTube page is
TSPN.fun.
It's called Brave Samaritan.
YouTube.com/timespentpoorly, right?
Yep. Is that right? I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can find it's linked on TSPN.fun. So yeah, go there. Subscribe. We need subscribers. Yes. We need to get viralized. You guys, I want to tell you about a show real quick before we get into any Game of Thrones or anything else. I want to tell you about a show on Netflix that you guys should watch. Okay. So the show, it's two different... Grace and Frankie? Actually, I did watch a couple seasons of that, and it's not as terrible. No, it's not bad. I watch it with
I talked my old lady into watching it without me.
Did you? It's not that bad, honestly. It's not bad. For season 1 and 2, at least, okay. It would have almost been better if you had like a pregnant pause before without me. Talked my old lady into watching it without me. Yeah. That is good. So first off, one of the shows is called The Characters, and it's actually it's a bunch of comedians who have been able to write and direct like an episode for themselves. It's like 30 minutes long. So you would like that, and I think you would like that especially. I'm not sure all of your tastes, but it's basically as if they just basically gave the reins to a comedian to write and direct their own episode, and like we'll throw money at it. So you kind of see like these weirdos. It's called The Characters? The Characters, yeah. So it's good.
They let anybody do that after Adam Sandler.
Yeah. They do. Now, I believe one of the characters on the show, so his name's Tim Robinson. And I've heard the name. I know who he is. Yeah. He's kind of like bird looking. Yeah. Funny dude. He has a show now on Netflix, which is like 8 of those episodes. So I don't know if it came from that at all. But there's a clip I want you to watch from one of the skits on The Characters. But it's if you go to YouTube, look up I watched it earlier. It's like YouTube like Lady Luck, and then like maybe The Characters. Oh yeah, okay. So it's that first one. First one. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Okay.
Hot dog. Hey, eyes off the merchandise, pal. The lady's spoken for. Lady Luck. All bets. Put it all on 7. Lady Luck.
Pause real quick.
Lady Luck blowing them down. When she kisses me, I'm in heaven. Snake eyes.
There's a whole bit. So leading into this actually like starts like a minute into it. It's a whole song about how lucky he is, and he like orders this expensive ass steak and tips like this waiter $1,000, and like orders this expensive steak, and he's like, why don't you go ahead and put it right there in your belly, Frankie? And like the guy's like, oh thanks, mister. Like, you know, he's like, Lady Luck. Like, it's just this whole stupid. So go ahead.
Guys, snake eyes. Oh no! No! You jinxed them!
What? I did not!
Yeah, you did! You owe me 50 grand! Oh, bro! I'm a dead man!
Sammy, cool it. Take it easy.
Get off me! Hey, fat fuck! That's my steak! I paid for it! I'm eating it! What's wrong? Well, come on, let's get that puppy out! Come on, you fat fuck! If I'm dying tonight, I'm eating filet mignon! It's overcooked! I'm not paying for it. I want my money back. It's overcooked.
I don't think so, Mr. Paradise.
You! Give me my grand back, asshole!
All right, Sammy. It don't seem right, but here you go.
Look at that! I'm rich again! Lady Luck! They call him Lady Luck! Put it on back!
It's red.
Get man! You were out on my girl earlier, remember?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
One night, $1,000. Anything you want. Rimming, piss on her, it's rub her teeth out, keep them as souvenirs. Sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave. Fine. That's fair? I feel like that's fair. Sure, I'm just going to get my quarter. You someone put the quarter in there, I'm going to get that back. Ow, burn me! The film burned me, it's piping hot! Who cares? All right, who wants to buy a toupee? It's just the top and one side. This side, all natural, baby!
Oh my God.
All right, folks. I'm gonna go in the bathroom and I'm gonna suck my own dick. You guys pay whatever you think is fair. Fair paradise. Going in. Show's about to start. Once the show starts, no one else will be admitted. Yep, nobody came in. I guess I still gotta start the show.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I can't freaking reach.
Oh man.
Fuck, right?
Try to suck me back into Netflix, asshole.
Just demented, though. I love it. Oh my God, man!
That's my kind of comedy.
It's like how he instantly resorts to trying to trick her out.
Oh yeah, I love this.
Grand? Yeah, for a grand.
If you watch the whole bit too, he's so like suave and does all these things, and it's so funny how quickly he just devolves and just like, it's all natural, baby. I've been quoting this thing all day.
I just like the look of the one little sideburn. That's what I'd stick with.
He's bizarre. Anyway, that's why I watched that again today. Hilarious. We watched it for the first time a couple days ago, and I was like...
Does he have more than just that one on there?
So that's his only one on the characters, but he has another show on Netflix that's all his show. I can't think of what it's called, though, but it's definitely...
And just equally as crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's batshit crazy. The guy's nuts. And somehow he gets all of these... On his show that's on there, that's a bunch of episodes, he gets a bunch of other SNL members on there, too, because he's on SNL a little bit.
Good SNL or bad?
Newer, so bad.
Okay, yeah. But still probably...
But it's like some of the people from SNL that are like... They're not like main people on the show, though, who I've seen in skits on SNL where I'm like, that person in the background is pretty funny and should get more stuff. And he's actually kind of one of them. Like, he's been on SNL, and I'm like, that dude's been funny in things I've seen him in. I watched him in a show called Detroiters on Comedy Central. He's hilarious in it.
What's his name again?
Tim Robinson.
Yeah, he used to be a cast member.
Yeah.
He's not anymore.
No, but he was one of those ones like in the background where you're like, that dude's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never really had any characters that, like, he didn't do any, like, impressions.
Right.
Instead he had, like, characters, though.
So did you watch any of the Sandler skits this last week?
Yeah, I didn't care. The only one I really liked was the Romano Tours one.
The Romano Tours one was great. Did you watch?
I just saw the very, very end, just the tribute, and that's
I love the Chris Farley tribute. I actually got a little bit
teary-eyed
on that one.
Yeah. I think they wanted me to be teary-eyed, that's why I couldn't.
Yeah, well, that was... okay, so the problem is I'm a few years older than you. Mm-hmm. So when Chris Farley died, he died in like 97. Mm-hmm. So I was like junior in high school. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not saying that, but you were, what grade were you then? Like 6th, 7th grade? Something like that?
Yeah, I was in, like, 8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, he was, like, my favorite actor.
Was he?
Of all time, yeah.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think he was. I'm just kidding.
I mean, because, you know, we had seen, like, I mean, that's Tommy Boy, Black Sheep, and Dirty Work's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Right.
and he's in that.
Yeah, but I don't think he's your favorite of all. No, I'm just kidding.
Huh?
He was in Dirty.
Yeah, he's the guy that gets his nose bit off by the Saigon whore.
Oh yeah, it gets bit off.
It's been so long since I've seen that.
It's a good movie.
Gotta watch it again.
But then like Almost Heroes was one of my favorite movies. Did you ever see that one?
Almost Heroes, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie actually. Underrated.
That's the one with Matthew Perry. Yeah.
A really weird pairing of them, but it's good. It works.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since Matthew Perry's like it's like a Lewis and Clark movie, which is kind of fun about it.
Did that one come out after he died?
I think it is, yeah.
Which is weird because that was also like the same kind of way like John Candy died on Wagons East.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is if you're ever recruited to
He didn't die during the movie.
Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah.
Don't be a fat actor and be in a Westward Ho type
Exactly.
movie.
That's the end.
Well, I think we figured it out.
He will die at some point before it's released.
It's like playing a concert at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. It's the end of
Casino.
You're done.
Yeah, it's like you know what though? Almost Heroes probably wasn't a very good movie, but it probably actually wasn't a very good movie. But I watched it and I liked it. But I bet you more people watched it and liked it because he died, right?
A lot more people probably watched it because he died.
Where's the...
They may not have liked it. Silence.
Did you hear that?
The
There's people
screaming outside.
Yeah, somebody shouting
The
dogs
breathing?
and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it that one?
I think it's
that
Josh.
one. No, pop filter.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Here, I'll make sure to stay 3
Quit
feet away.
breathing.
Don't breathe in or out.
Just slump over.
Let me get another one of them.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
Henry Weinhard's.
Let's get one of these.
The official beer of Time Spent Poorly.
Oh, the official beer of hockey. Yeah.
Oh,
Keystone.
That's not even a Canadian beer.
It looks the part.
It does
Call
kind of though, yeah.
Keystone.
It says Northwest style. I mean, that's
Come
Canada's in
on.
the Northwest.
If you're playing hockey, it's Molson Ice or go home.
No, this is what we drink at hockey.
Wow.
No joke.
There was this dude that used to get into Rite Aid that bought Molson. That's all he would buy during hockey season.
The guy that
Canadian way.
would bring the beer most of the time, through most of the season, Kyle, would show up with an 18-pack of this. Come to find out, it's like the cheapest beer you can get. Like, I mean, it's
Growing up,
which is perfect for the show. Like, perfect for the show for the mass amount that we consume.
When I was growing up, Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve was what my stepdad's best friend drank, and I thought it was top shelf shit.
That's what we literally thought the same.
It used
Yeah,
to.
I thought it was. It tastes great. It's
I go next door to A&B. They've got Private Reserve, or my favorite of the Weinhardts is the Blue Boar.
yeah.
It's seriously 8 cents an ounce, as opposed to even Bud or
Coors
something
Light.
like that. or
Coors Light's
Light.
expensive.
It's 9 or 10 cents an ounce.
Depends on where you go.
Well, it's like Ward and I, we went up to Spokane, and we were like, oh yeah, let's see how much it is. We'll buy a case since we always drink everybody else's. And we stopped at a Zip Trip, and it was just dirt-ass cheap. And we're like,
Interesting.
get the fuck out of here. There's
Even
no way it's
Zip
this
Trip,
cheap.
who upcharges all of their beer.
So we were like, oh, it just must be like a spoof. Like, it can't be that cheap. It's the
found
classy stuff.
I found
And
it
then
cheaper at Walmart.
Exactly. It's like cheap stuff everywhere.
$8.98 for an 18-pack.
Holy shit! Wow! Oh my god! Oh god! I'm ruined!
That's 50 cents a beer before tax.
Fuck, that's a good deal. That's I gotta go.
Yeah. Fuck the podcast.
Leave men.
Load up on Weinhardt.
Our car's full.
I sent that picture. I sent that picture to Kyle. He's like, buy all of it.
Who's it? Of course,
Kyle, the guy I play hockey with.
That's a good deal.
It is a good deal.
The sad thing
Gordon
is,
Gas.
Lord, the thing is he went there, and he probably bought all of it.
Oh, I bet.
That's the way he goes.
That's hilarious. Man, that's it. I'm gonna be looking into
Savage
that.
guy.
Yeah, exactly. Is that what he does?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought he was just a
I didn't know
fucking
either.
magician or something.
I asked
didn't know
him-
what he did for money.
I asked him like a couple weeks ago. I was like, "What do you?" I asked everybody. I was like, I started asking people because I know their names now. It only took me like most of the.
I call him the wrong name every time. I'm like, hey, Brad. He's like, Tim. I'm like, fuck, all right. See ya.
I call.
We'll see you, Jim.
You call Tim Brad?
No, I didn't ever call Tim Brad, but that's the common names we have.
Yeah. We've got our Brads. We've got our Tims. We've got our Matts. We've got our Kyles.
Pats.
Pats.
Oh, yep, we got the Pats.
Then you
never
start
there.
calling by last name.
More than one Pat, actually.
There's 2 Pats?
Really?
I think so.
What the fuck?
It's a lot of Pats.
2 Brads. No, I think that's what I'm thinking of. 2 Brads.
Pats.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got it.
But hockey's over for until September, which kind of
That's
sucks.
probably, was it just too hot to do a hockey rink in there in the summer?
They can't keep it
No shit,
financially.
the last few games, it was like skating on watery Play-Doh.
Oh,
It was
man.
awful. They'd get done zamming it, and it was a puddle. And it was awful.
Yeah.
Well, the building wasn't really created as an ice
No,
rink.
it
used to be a store.
Oh, it was
My grandma
Yeah,
lived
what
in
kind of
that.
store was it? Was it?
It was like Shopko. It was
Yeah,
that.
that's right. It was.
Yeah.
I remember that from me when I was a kid.
Fuck yeah, you
We'd go out
back,
there.
They have the toys.
Dude, the
in the
fucking
middle.
toys!
They had all the toys.
Yeah, when I'm like 10 years ago.
It was the best.
No, like 10 years ago, I was trying to ask my 10 years ago, I was trying to ask my grandparents about the toy store they would take me to, and they were like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "We would go out to the toy store at North Lewiston. What the fuck place was
Go
that?"
past all of the trucks. The
It almost sounds. It sounds like my
It's like it was
my tent video store, but
That's what it is. It was best.
past the Golden Oaks, past
Just
the
the
Ho-Hum,
best.
past
Nothing
all
else.
of the toothless hookers in North Lewiston, and we went to Best.
Best.
best supply or whatever it was.
There was also
Best.
a really good pet store out of North Lewiston. A pet store where the car lot is.
Martin,
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Back, it's now the vet clinic,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was also a huge store, I think, attached. It was like out in the. Do you know where the car lot is?
Yeah,
That's
oh, yeah.
by there. So they like bought this place and plowed it over, as
Every
car
now and
lots
then-
do.
Yeah.
Every now and then they'd have some exotic pets that probably
Yeah.
came off a truck from.
Oh yeah, because like
Fuck, where'd you get that parrot?
yeah, you go to Bob's Pet and Pond and they're like, "Hi, I have a turtle that's been in here for a long time," and you're like, "Cool, man, fucking turtle." And then you go into this other place and it's like, "Is that a fucking python? What are they doing in here?" My friend's, well, not my friend, my ex-wife's like other in-laws, like from her like sister who was married to this family, owned that place apparently back in the day. And I was like,
They were into some shady.
I was like,
shit then.
"You are some fucking weirdos." Yeah,
See,
absolutely.
I didn't grow up here, but did North Lewiston used to have be a little more vibrant?
No,
No.
No.
Always been a trailer park.
Yeah, I mean, it has the ho-hum.
It has
That
the ho-hum.
speaks to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I filmed in the ho-hum.
Filmed well again. Like gay porn or?
No.
All right, we're going from M to like X here. Go ahead.
No, when I was in college doing short film class or whatever.
Okay.
We went out and we got permission to film at the ho-hum and use one of the rooms. Gratis, of course.
It wasn't the first time.
You still haven't told us what you filmed.
Oh yeah, I feel like there's a hotel scene. Yeah, just basically going in the hotel, like acknowledging they're at a hotel, like the characters were at a hotel.
Okay.
And he goes into the hotel, packs some luggage, leaves.
So you picked the shittiest hotel on the planet? Motel?
I wanted a slummy
the free,
looking hotel.
You found it.
Yeah.
You fucking found it, didn't you?
And there was probably the person that laid in the bed probably had bed bugs after that or something. I don't know.
The person that was dead in the bed when you filmed that scene probably had bed bugs. Yes.
Now, all the mouse killed the bed bugs. If you don't want bed bugs, go to North Lewiston.
Oh no.
What kills the bed bugs?
The meth.
Oh, the meth. Yeah.
Oh no.
I didn't know meth kills bed bugs.
I'm just making it.
Well, let's hope it
Go
does.
pick some up now.
Oh, that's good to know. I better go get some crystal meth.
Don't take a black light into the ho-hum. I'm just...
Oh. You wouldn't. No.
You just go to a meth addict's house and they come like no teeth, but they're like they don't have any bed bugs. Their habit started out of the want to get rid of the bed bugs. they're like a
works!
Like, I got rid of the bed bugs and those pesky teeth I had.
I'm not a medical doctor. I don't know if meth kills bed bugs. I was just making a joke, and now it's got me.
I like it. I think I want to try it. I have to go get bed bugs first.
It's not
We'll start with bed bugs. It doesn't kill bed bugs. meth addiction, and bed bugs.
As long as my bed bugs tastes like medicine tea.
Domino's is here.
Why are you mentioning all the time? No, it's just the mess.
It's the meth. And the bed bugs. I tried getting rid of the bed bugs by getting the meth.
Oh man, it worked, but I'm still.
I got the meth.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's good.
Oh fuck.
I was thinking about the other day is you're gonna have to get that air conditioner in the window soon.
It's gotta go in soon. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I put mine in the other day in the game room already. Put it in there. Already warm.
That's really expensive. The window air conditioners, man, your electricity bill just.
Mine only it says $11 a year.
Really?
On the one.
It would be a lot better than that since I was using them.
Yeah, they're not. And I don't run it all the time. I come out and I'll start it before the show, or on the day of the show.
We got that same one, right? That little tiny one. It works well in the room I have, and so I have a tiny one in a bedroom at the house. Yeah. So it's like
takes it longer to cool in here. But I might actually. There's a window back there. If I can dig to get to it, I might put it in that window that's closer to us.
Yeah, that's a lot of digging.
Oh, digging.
It is.
Indeed.
And I don't know if it'll come through here, but I don't know.
But yeah, this should be.
It'll go right underneath.
So did I hear that Josh did not watch Game of Thrones? Are we not going to cover that?
You can talk about it. It's fine. I've just lost.
It just sucks.
Kind of hope and everything.
I don't know if we should. I don't want to ruin it for you though.
Yeah, you won't, because you'll just tell me what I just won't put myself through.
It's the first episode this season that I didn't watch twice.
Yeah, I accidentally found spoilers for the rest of the season.
I almost went down that rabbit hole, and I didn't.
How can you tell me how and where you find spoilers for the rest of the season?
There was a article that directs you to. I think it was like Daily Mail, maybe even. But I think if you go to Reddit, you can find it.
Oh yeah, and some foreign country got it ahead of time, and they released bits of it or just the entire transcript. Yeah. And yeah, I didn't go down that.
You don't know yet?
I have no faith in the ending at all, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and see, there's a part of me that hopes like maybe that was a intentional leak.
Well, so
I don't know.
I don't know if there's any leak. So
I don't think there's a twist now.
As somebody who has not looked at any twists or anything, without spoiling anything from the episode, when I watched it, I left thinking I mentioned this in the last show too already. I've already been genuinely not liking Daenerys as a character. I've already been going down this road of being like, I just don't think I like this character very much. It like overall, if you're ignoring everything from the show prior to this, the writing for her is weak. She's supposed to have like this intense love for these dragons, and yet she's a fucking horrible pet owner. She's a horrible pet owner, and the longest night or whatever. And maybe it's the editing in the show, but I always feel like they show these scenes where it's like 30 seconds. She
wastefully utilizes them.
Yeah, they're like she's like, I'm going to fly this dragon down to Jack in the Box. Like Daenerys is surrounded by White Walkers. I don't care. I want to sourdough Jack. You're like, Daenerys, you suck.
Trying to guide her in a specific direction, and it's ruining it because they got breadcrumbs from Gurm.
Okay,
and now they're thinking, well, this must be how we got here, even though 4 seasons ago we left out so much important stuff because we didn't really have time for it, and then they tried to shoehorn in the Dorne storyline. It didn't work. Nobody liked it, so they're like, well, let's forget that and continue on.
But I saw
D&D sucks.
Okay, so I saw something. Yeah. So I saw something online though, which made me feel a little better. That was like I've watched the What Culture I'm subscribed on the Times Report. When I watch What Culture Wrestling and the What Culture like comics and stuff.
Yeah.
So they cover the shows. So I always watch the post show, like they do ups and downs from Game of Thrones. They do the same thing with wrestling too. So, but one of them they were talking about was like how they're like, oh, they seem to be going like this direction of Daenerys being the same as her dad, the Mad King. She's like the Mad Queen, and I was like, oh, we're supposed to hate her. I get it. It's not just terrible writing. We're supposed to hate her. And then I like thought more about the episode, and I'm like, no, it's also terrible editing too. It's not just terrible writing; it's terrible editing. This is the scene that bothers me.
And not good acting.
No, true, but terrible editing. So even on The Longest Night, right, or Long Night, or whatever that is,
yeah.
She's on the back of her dragon, and all of the zombies are swarming her.
Oh, because she's got the flying beast on the ground.
On the ground.
Yeah.
And she sits there for 45 fucking seconds, and you're like, is this bad editing, or are you fucking stupid? Like, what am I supposed to believe?
She just knows she has to kill Ser Jorah in that scene, so she just camps.
Right. Do we get to this? Yeah. But okay, so here's the problem is like, this is where I wonder if it's bad editing, because in the season where John's uncle dies, Brown, or whatever the fuck his name is, again, same as every other character. But you remember that scene though, what I think it's like Brown or whatever.
Benjamin.
That's right. Good name. He's out there with his swinging the torch though, right? His ball of fire. And it's not the fault of the acting or the fault of like the choreography on the stuff. They wanted to show a scene in which this guy is sacrificing his life for everybody else to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, it's like, there's no time.
But the editors are hot trash, and they edit it to where he's fucking standing out there in the field with his spinning thing while everyone's like staring at him from horseback.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like when you do like a film school thing when you're editing a video as like a new editor.
Yeah.
And it's like you got two guys sitting at the table and it's just these cut back and forth like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then it cuts to the other guy. You should go out with her. Then it cuts to the other guy. He's like, but I don't know, man.
First off,
you should go out with her.
Please clip this entire thing, and I want to make this scene with you, by the way.
Okay.
Poorly make this scene. I would love to do this,
right.
By the way. Purposely, badly. Yeah. You should go out with her. I want to also show us breathing and pacing wrong. So it's like, so say you should go out with her.
You should go out with her.
I'll go. But I don't know if like I want to pace my response wrong. Like it isn't an actual conversation that they're cutting in between. No, we're actually moving the camera to do each of our lines. So, but I don't know.
Really, you guys should be having a different conversation.
Oh, that'd be good.
Piece them together.
That is good. Yeah, I do like that.
And then those things like the most mundane stuff. Like it's like, hey, you got the check? I'm gonna hit the head.
Nobody talks like that.
I know.
All right, see you later, big bro. I always hated that, like when they're on the phone and they're like,
all right, it's all Hallmark movies are edited that way.
All right, I'll talk to you later, little sister. That was my sister. We should do that as a scene though. Like I just made that up, but we just go, all right, see you on the flippity flop, little sister, and then just have him be like, that was my little sister.
And scene.
Breathing pace.
Way too much information, and then the ones that don't have enough like any information at all.
Like an hello?
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Like a bye. Like an X-Men say bye though. They're like, okay, click. Can you imagine the other person and be like, oh, fuck you too.
Fucker hung up on me.
Yeah. X-Men 3, when they arrive to investigate what happens to Cyclops, they get off of this is like one of my favorite things, they get off the X-Wing or whatever, their ship, the X-Wing, they get off their ship, and Wolverine's like, it's foggy outside, and he goes, I can hardly see through any of this, and he looks at Storm, and he goes, hey Storm, can you do something about this? We don't need the fucking exposition, dude. We know she's Storm. Where you can literally have him walk out and maybe even keep the line, can hardly see in this shit, and then have Halle Berry terribly go like, hey, don't worry, I got it.
That's how all procedurals are written, though. Like, all procedural shows are written, like, explaining everything to the fucking listener.
He's the viewer. You see him glance, Storm, do something about this.
Yeah.
Boom, good writing!
Yeah, there you go. But instead he, like, explains it. Yeah, procedural. Can you imagine working in that actual environment when they show up, like, Law and Order, and they look at the forensic
Everybody's
guy.
getting an education at the things. It's like,
They look at the forensic guy, the blood splatter guy, and they're like, hey, you, blood splatter guy, why don't you go ahead and take a look at those blood splatters? And he's like, okay, I will, I'm the blood splatter guy.
Can you imagine
working in that? Or being in real life and having somebody like, hey, why don't you go look at those blood splatter guy? I am the blood splatter guy, and I know that's my job!
I'm waiting for you to get the fuck out of my way!
or explaining everything like you're reading it from a textbook.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start doing that to piss people off now.
I like it.
Like, that's the best thing I've heard.
I explain what you're doing like it's
narrating your life.
Yeah, exactly. Now
Exposition.
I walk to the door.
Like, I just want
open it.
I just thought you wanted some exposition. Life's boring. So that happens anyway. He's swinging the thing, right, and that's the fire, and then it takes forever, and then he dies, and the whole. I just remember thinking like they could have saved him, but then I was like, oh, it's just bad editing. So on this episode, the Long Night or Longest Night, whatever it was called. Is that bad editing where her dragon is like getting eaten alive by those zombies? Or is
Stabbed. Stabbed. He's
It's just stab. A ton though, a fucking ton.
And then he shakes him off like fleas, which is bad.
the whole episode.
But no,
The whole episode was shitty. You got
I thought Brienne was gonna die half a dozen times.
Sam's like buried in those guys, and he's screaming, and they're like stabbing him,
But
and
it's not even a stab. It's literally just like a.
Pokey poke.
and he's like screaming for John to save him, and John's like,
Fuck you, buddy. Go to my brother. Still not gonna make it. Gonna shot at this dragon. And hey, we won.
Yeah.
Because now the biggest problem with it, they've set Arya up as this super fucking assassin. She can do whatever she wants. She can get anywhere she wants. She can murder anybody she wants. Let's all traipse down and go to battle with Cersei. No. Let's send Arya assassin.
I know, right?
Call it a day.
But that. Too much sense.
but they're chalking her thing up to a fluke.
No, it wasn't a fluke. She was set up to do it.
But how come she's not getting more praise at the dinner afterwards?
Because
Everybody's like, we won!
She
gets praise from Daenerys.
Well, from people, yeah, but I mean, kinda.
But that's only fuck. Shoot.
And
It's terrible writing.
And the Starbucks cup.
Those two guys
didn't
are
even
really
see
good
that.
at
I didn't either until after.
I didn't see it at all, so I still haven't seen what they're talking about. But
I went back and saw.
I don't care.
But
They're gonna edit it out. I won't see it again.
it'll be digitally scrubbed.
Just leave it.
Those guys are great at adapting other people's writing to screen. Once they started writing for themselves, it all went
Look,
to
man.
shit.
Look, man, Robert Rodriguez made one of the best movies of all time, Sin City. That's a great movie. Do you want to know movies suck ass? Movies that are written and directed by Robert Rodriguez. Garbage movies.
Great at adapting things.
Yeah, he's great at adapting, but his movies are fucking terrible. Even his good movies are bad. Desperado's bad. That's a bad movie. It's
Desperado
fun.
is a fun, bad movie.
It's a fun, bad movie, but it's bad.
Mexico is just a bad movie.
That's a bad movie. But he also did those dude, he did a couple.
I love Dust Till Dawn, but that was written by Tarantino.
Yeah.
He also wrote and directed three. Well, actually, a series of them, and then one other that was supposed to be the starting of another series. But some of the worst movies ever made, and I'll maintain it. And that's and I don't care that they're made for kids. Those Spy Kids movies are the fucking worst thing that's ever happened.
They're terrible. My kids like them.
It's seriously,
They're for your kids.
special
Yeah.
effects at the finest.
Did he do Shark Girl and
That was the other choice. Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And at some point, someone's got to go, stop giving him money. Stop
Just give him somebody else's story to adapt.
And don't get me, I mean, I liked Planet Terror. Like, I like Planet Terror. But also, that's 90 minutes. Or whatever, 60 minutes, an hour.
60.
It's short. You didn't give them a whole thing. They were just like, hey, we want you to make a horror movie. Go out there and have fun with this ridiculous, do whatever you want to do. And he makes a pretty good thing. But, like, the Spy Kids thing, like, someone okayed a few more of those. They're horrible.
I think they made a lot of money, though.
They did. They made tons of money. Yeah.
That shit was like the stuff of nightmares, though.
Yeah,
I can't believe any of you went to
the thumbs and like I was
Googlies or
I think
whatever
the first movie came out in 2000 and I was 15.
That's why you would watch that.
Yeah, I was 15.
Yeah, 15-year-old you sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Because you watched Spy Kids.
I had a 12-year-old sister.
I would expect you were a cooler guy at 15.
Oh, fuck no. I watched Dragon Ball Z, man. Dragon Ball Z till I was like 18 years old.
That's the apex of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Batman the Animated Series was the apex of fucking cool.
That's for sure. I agree with that. But I was into DBZ like all through junior high especially.
I missed that.
I never watched a lot of animated. My last memories of animated stuff was like Gummy Bears and.
Oh, Disney.
Yeah, and the Snorks and the Smurfs and.
If I wouldn't have, but here's the thing: is if I wouldn't have watched Spy Kids, then I could have never have hated it, and then be able to make fun of it now. I hated it at the time too. It's not like I watched it then and I watched Power Rangers too in grade school, but I liked it then. But I have actually seen Power Rangers since then, and I was like, no, this is a bad movie. This was a terrible movie. But as a kid, I had terrible taste. At 15, when I went and watched Spy Kids, I was like, nah, this is bad. This is a bad movie.
All I watched was Big Trouble in Little China on TBS. Over and over and
That's
over
my favorite movie, though.
It was fucking awesome. It never lost any luster. It was like, I really liked this when I was a kid. Guess what? I still like it, and I'm an old man.
I like it more now because I understand more of it, though. It's all in the reflexes.
The check is in the mail.
Have you paid your dues? God, the movie's so good.
You are nowhere.
Yeah, what do you drink a potion? That's my favorite. Is this his delivery? It's like, what do you drink a potion?
I can
Yeah,
see
of course
things
he
no one
did.
else can see. I can do things no one else can do.
He's not even the main character in the movie.
I know.
He's the secondary character.
Kurt Russell was a great casting choice
Oh
for
my god, Kurt Russell is one of my
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yes,
fucking
he was.
down.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
He's really good in, what's that movie?
Bone Tomahawk?
Bone Tomahawk.
Fuck yeah.
It's a good movie.
I watched a trailer with him in it the other day, and this might be the first movie with him that I don't watch. It's a Lionsgate one. I can't remember.
Find it. Look it up. Let's watch it.
Let's find it.
Kurt Russell's one of my favorite actors of all time, though. He's in. I love Overboard.
Yes, with Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn, Babe Goldie Hawn.
Super Babe Goldie Hawn. I made my old lady watch Death Becomes Her the other day.
Oh my God, yeah, with Bruce Willis.
Wow, it is. I watched
It's
it
still good.
in the 90s when I was a kid. I thought, well, this is a pretty fun movie. It's still good.
It is still good, and Meryl Streep's great in it, and so is Goldie Hawn. They're both awesome in
And
it.
Bruce Willis owns everything he's in. Oh, Crypto? Really? That doesn't look very good.
Something's happened to me. Something I can't see.
Terrible.
It scares me.
This looks terrible. Can't wait.
Oh, this one wasn't Lionsgate, but I saw several that were, and I was like, fuck you,
It's rated
Lionsgate.
R, though.
What was that night I was sending you pictures?
By the way, before you play this, that trailer that just almost started playing for the new X-Men, mark my words, that is the next and last movie that Ginger from Game of Thrones will be in. That people will watch in theaters. She's not a good actress.
No.
And she's not a good actress, and this will be the last thing they see her in theaters. Everything else will be straight to DVD, if not porn.
Unless she gets another TV show.
I'll remember that.
Doubtful.
You're going to hold him to the fire on that?
No,
I feel like they're going to give more chances to her.
That's how I feel, too, is they're going to fucking.
They're gonna try to.
Us.
Yeah.
She'll keep getting in trouble though. That's the thing.
She might have a Lindsay Lohan trajectory.
She already done.
Well, she's
that's what I'm saying.
white trash. She's more white trash than Lindsay Lohan is actually.
Oh, thank God.
Like, which is crazy because she's like you like watch her in Game of Thrones and you're like, oh, like
what a lady.
You wouldn't think, and then you say her Instagram stuff and you're like, oh my God, you're disgusting. Who the fuck is this?
She's shaking in my dirt box.
She just married a Jonas brother, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So she's gonna be famous for a while.
Wow.
Maybe.
Like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It'll be long.
I just don't think we'll go watch her in another movie, though. I
don't plan on watching her in that movie.
No.
I wouldn't go to see a movie with her in it specifically for her, but I do believe they are going to continue to put her in movies because she's.
I don't think she'll be in
23.
I don't think she'll be in another X-Men movie.
No, because this one's done.
Yeah. Thank God for that too.
All right, let's watch this.
Let's watch this. Luke Hemsworth, though.
The lesser of the Hemsworths.
Well, he's all right.
He's still good.
He's all right. He's no Liam, but he's Luke.
Oh, I was thinking Liam. Yeah.
The lesser.
Yeah, he is the lesser.
All right, so here we go.
So lesser, I didn't realize there were 3.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. Yeah, there is. You gonna help? If I can.
In a suit?
Oh, it is Lionsgate.
Did you find this kid? This classic one. First-round draft pick on Wall Street.
It's uncertain to me how high these conspiracies go.
You've made it impossible for a company with revenue exceeding $7 billion to do business with us. They're reassigning you to Elba, New York.
That's where I grew up. What's up, man? What are you doing here? I'm an AML officer, anti-money laundering.
What brings you in today?
I need to talk to the owner.
You're acting like you want to find something wrong.
You're acting like I'm going to. No phone number, no email, just 10 million cryptocurrencies. That client is interested in that stock pick I found today. He was offered 7 figures. When I see things like this, I get pretty worried.
You must know all kinds of things back there behind the curtain.
What? We have a serious problem here. I'm pretty sure the Russian mafia is laundering money from the underground. Hey man, you following me or something? Yes.
I have a folder on my computer that says Bitcoin payouts.
Yeah, and kickbacks. That's how I label my
I like to label. I have one folder on my computer that says all the illegal shit I'm doing, and then inside of that one it has my Bitcoin payouts and my kickbacks. Fucking dumb. You know what I've been doing? I've been doing this thing where I've been finding specific writers for episodes of like TV shows or movies that are lesser named than like the actors. People tweet the actors all the time, but the actors don't actually see that shit. I like to find somebody who is like one of the writers for an episode and then tweet at them how I think their work is trash. Because they only have like 4,000 followers. They're gonna fucking see it. Oh yeah. There was one episode. That almost makes me want to get Twitter. There was an episode. Yeah, two, please. There was an episode of what's that? The Killer Show, Criminal Minds. Oh, we talked about it on the show. We talked about on the show how there was the episode where it was filmed. It was supposed to be between Boise and Spokane. Remember we talked about it how, and they made it seem like as if like they're stationed in.
Don't you mean Boise and Spokane?
Yeah. So in this episode though, they're like the body was found. They're like the body was found in Payette, and they're like, all right, we're stationed up here in Spokane, Washington. And they're like, okay, and like the next scene, they're like, there was a body found in Boise, Idaho, and then they fucking like drive there in a second, like somebody didn't look at a map. So I went and found the 3 people who wrote the episode and tweeted them about how fucking stupid they were and how they should read maps before they write episodes. And it felt good. Honestly, it did feel really good.
Just do a Google map.
God, that's like a 10-hour, 12-hour drive.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's so long.
and on the worst road, like drive through fucking what is that? Riggins.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh fuck Riggins. I hate Riggins. I love Riggins. I love like if I could visit Riggins. Yeah. But I hate Riggins if I'm driving through.
What you in your 2-lane road and it's all windy.
Riggins
narrow.
Riggins is a great destination. It's not a great pass through.
No. Fuck Riggins.
That place sucks. Yeah, go ahead.
These people are dangerous. They're dangerous. I warned you. Nobody can be prepared for it. Where are you going? I have what you want. Now let him go.
He has just over $10 million in cryptocurrency.
Tweet them.
Is that?
Yeah, right there. Story by Jeffrey Ingber and screenplay by Carlisle Eubank and David Frigerio.
I'll leave that on the screen and we can capture that later.
Everybody tweet them.
It's John Stahlberg Jr. Kurt Russell.
Well, he's John Stahlberg's son.
Paid a lot.
Why he's John Stahlberg's son, of course.
I still think you're my favorite, Kurt.
I'm disappointed though about that.
Isn't that lame?
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm sure it's
fucking Lionsgate.
People are tuned in. Are there anybody tuned in at all?
Nah, doesn't look like it.
So, quick question on that trailer, though. Didn't he say that he's going to Albany?
He did.
Isn't Albany a big place?
Like it's just like we're going. I thought he said something like Elba.
I think he said Albany though, and I thought it was a big city.
They're like,
too.
oh, welcome to Albany. There's a gas station and 50 fucking.
They're trying to make it look like it's a.
It's Riggins.
Yeah, they were.
That's what it looks like.
Welcome to Montana.
See, and that's they fucked up a big city on that one. Like that's just.
I'd be pissed off if I lived in Albany. Hashtag upset in Albany.
Start it.
They always do that though. I think wasn't the new Red Dawn supposed to be in Spokane? Like actually take place in Spokane? I didn't see it, but I've heard it's fine.
So Netflix has, that Red Dawn was okay. It wasn't great. Netflix has, there's a extended cut of Hateful Eight. But
I don't know if I need any more.
But what's great about it is it's broken into 4 episodes, 4 parts on Netflix. 4 like hour-long, like 52-minute parts. I'm curious to see how those go as an episodic piece.
So the only
like a little miniseries.
You guys are trying to get me to resubscribe to Netflix. 3 months. I've been 3 months without Netflix.
Yeah, but you don't pay shit for it compared to what I pay for 4 screens, dude. I'm paying like $15 a month.
Oh, man.
Well, that's a tough problem.
HBO's
hot dog.
Yeah, I know. I pay for HBO. I pay for Hulu. I saw Netflix. I saw the
original Hateful Eight only last year, and I'm probably good on my fill of it.
Yeah, I watched it once.
I liked it.
I watched it a couple times, but I'm curious to see what they do with it in an episodic format.
I'm not a huge Tarantino guy. I've never been I like his movies, but I've never been like I'm not going to watch him 10 times. I did watch Django a couple times, because that's a good movie.
Django twice, but Reservoir Dogs? Dude, True Romance?
True Romance is wonderful. And
True Romance is incredible.
He wrote it, he didn't direct it, but
he must have thought it was White Boy Day.
I haven't seen that.
True Romance.
Okay, I'll have to watch that.
That's it. Yeah, that'll.
I never was a Pulp Fiction guy.
You got your Tom Sizemore. You got your Chris Penn before he died.
But Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken have the best fucking scene in cinema.
Brad Pitt makes a cameo.
He does.
Gary Oldman's in it.
He made a bombing out of a honey bear, and the Italians show up to kill his friend, and he's just like, I think they went over there. One hit. That was Brad Pitt's whole fucking.
That's great. I'll check that one out.
Dude, and that's another one he wrote and didn't direct, like with the one we talked about earlier. Dust Till Dawn.
Well, Natural Born Killers he wrote, and
really,
it's a terrible movie though. I didn't like it.
See, I like Natural Born Killers.
Maybe I need to revisit it, but it did bothered me.
Well, see, at the time it came out, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, that was a weird movie for him.
Seen him at that, and now he's got so much more under his belt.
Right, that's true. So that when you put it that way,
it seemed so against character when it came out.
When he was Woody from Cheers, like he was like fresh off Woody from Cheers.
Like fuck, he just totally went off the deep end.
But he's done some really good shit since then.
I've only seen Natural Born Killers within the last few years, where Woody has done these movies, including one of my favorite movies, which is Scanner Darkly with Robert Downey Jr. and Woody Harrelson and Keanu. Did you like Scanner Darkly?
That's a Linklater one, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's on the book by Philip K. Dick. I like those books.
I am open to watching it again. I've watched it once and it's weird to watch, but I think you got to be in kind of a frame of mind for it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not a movie of like
eating mushrooms.
Well, it's not like. I think it's just more like you gotta be in the mode to like watch a movie where you're like, this is not gonna have a happy ending. It doesn't have a happy ending, so it's like
it's a perfect movie to eat mushrooms and watch.
Yeah. Did you guys watch?
Gives you real.
Did you guys watch any of those, like the Depression trilogy, like the like Melancholia or the like Antichrist or like any of those?
Talking like Antichrist with what's his name?
Defoe.
Yeah, I watched some of it.
And then it's horrific. And then there's and then the second. So it's not a trilogy, but they're all done with the same director. Yeah. But it's like they call it the Depression trilogy. So Antichrist is the first one. The second one is Nymphomania with Shia LaBeouf.
Yep.
And then the third one is Melancholia with Kirsten Dunst. That's actually probably the best one. But the movie's so fucked up. Like how it's fucked up is in the whole movie. She's like a newlywed. So she's like a newlywed and she's like just depressed, like so depressed, like doesn't care about anything, completely depressed. Like could kill herself but like hasn't. And then the second part of the movie is so the whole movie just focuses on her like depression, like she's a newlywed wife, basically just shows how miserable she is. And it's super, and it's if it sounds depressing as fuck, it is. It's the most depressing movie ever. The second part of the movie, they find out a meteor is coming towards Earth, and everybody else in the movie that was like trying to get her to be better and feel better and like all that stuff, and she just keeps like, if you've ever lived through depression at all, which I do and have, like the first half of the movie is like, fuck, man, this is so real.
They're all depressed and
she's fine. She's not like cheering, but the whole movie she's just like her weight's like lifted off her shoulders, and the movie is like them dealing with like their short-term life that they're gonna have, and then she's just like, okay, like fucking. I have days like that where I'd be like,
that's all that's left. I'm down with.
I'm okay with this.
And honestly, like
we're almost done. Yeah,
I love the movie. Like it's awesome. Like, but you have to get through that first movie though, and it's so depressing. But when you get to that
where can you find these?
And you said this one's Melancholia?
Melancholia, yeah.
Okay. If it's nothing like the other two.
It's
because seeing Shia LaBeouf do his thing and
don't watch that one either. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's too late.
I watched and then you watched some of Antichrist.
Yeah, we got to the baby and I was
horrific.
The best thing I've seen Shia LaBeouf in lately is Fury when he gets his face blown off.
Sure.
Oh, spoilers! Haven't seen Fury.
You mean
really? No, I haven't seen it.
Watch Fury though.
I need to watch it, dude. It's got such a great thing.
Look forward to that scene.
Oh hey,
I figure everybody dies.
But to add to that, of the Depression series, there was a fourth movie that was made that's not part of the series at all. But I think you guys have probably seen a preview for it. It's The House That Jack Built. It's on Prime, and it has Matt Dillon.
Yeah, I have seen a preview for that. Yeah.
We watched it, and it's really good. Again,
isn't it like 2.5 hours?
Oh, it's long as fuck. It's also wildly disturbing. because it's the same director as the Depression trilogy. It's also horrendous, just as far as like content. It's also he's semi-charming in it, and it's pretty funny, and it shouldn't be funny at all. It's good. There's scenes. They do this little thing where they show scenes about like, I can't remember what they're doing, but they're showing like emotions, and they have like these different TVs in the background, and there's like 3 different. Because it's like a narrator that's talking. Yeah. He's talking about like different emotions, and it shows like a 1 second clip from the Depression trilogy, and it's like, oh, okay, you motherfucker, tied together somehow. I hate this. I don't know who this director is. Bizarre. I can't remember his name though. But he's
a very tough upbringing.
Oh man, he can't be American.
No. He's got to be like Eastern European.
Yeah, exactly. Eastern European.
Long distance fist bump.
He has to be because he's bizarre, and the movies are good. All of those movies are good movies. They're just
you got to chew on them,
and they're hard to watch.
Yep.
They're a one-time watcher too. I'm not going to be watching Antichrist more than once
ever. But the thing is
and I don't want to have seen it the first time either.
But Willem Dafoe is.
No, he's
like the acting is amazing.
No, it's
Willem Dafoe is amazing.
No, and it's shot beautifully too for how horrific it is.
It is.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's the same with the other ones too. Like Nymphomaniac was the same way, where I was like, I don't want to watch this movie.
I didn't want to watch it because
it's 2 parts.
In it.
Oh, and you see all of him.
Oh yeah, you see Shia's dick. You see little Shia.
Come on, micro penis.
You see his little LaBeouf. No, he's good, man.
Oh, he's hanging out.
He's alright.
That's one of those scenes too. Where
Fluffed him a little bit beforehand.
Maybe.
That's one of those sex scenes though that is
not a girl or not a show.
Real.
Oh yeah, so it's
there's nothing.
Yeah, so that's the thing too. Is like. So I think like Nymphomania is supposed to be one of those things where the movie is supposed to be kind of playing with the whole. Like they show sex in movies and it's like romanticized. But in this movie, it's like an affliction of the main character in the movie, which is the girl. It's an affliction on her. So all of the sex scenes in the movie are not sexy. None of them are sexy.
She's just getting banged.
Yeah, you're not. No, if you watch that movie and you got a semi,
there's something wrong with you.
We need to talk. Actually, we don't need to talk. You need to talk to help.
Talk to help, yeah.
Because it's not right. It's not sexy.
No, it's nothing enjoyable.
You're not watching a movie where they're passionately making out, and you're like, oh, hey, like as a kid, like if you were a kid and you caught this movie on like Skinamax, you'd kill yourself. There'd be a kid that killed themselves.
Or you'd be the BTK killer.
Yep.
There's your option.
You're a murderer now. You couldn't do it.
Welcome to life, Jeffrey.
Which, by the way, we just watched that Zac Efron movie.
Was it good?
Nah.
I feel like I'm getting inundated with Jeffrey Dahmer shit right now.
Well, this is Bundy.
So into serial killers.
This is Bundy. Ted Bundy.
No, Ted Bundy is what I'm thinking.
What's the one on HBO now?
That's the Bundy tapes, I thought.
My Friend Dahmer.
That's My Friend Dahmer. Yeah, I watched that too.
They're just having these like romanticized.
Well, they
did the Bundy tapes is what I was thinking of. And
the next one's going to be My Neighbor Kaczynski.
So the chicks are really into Kaczynski guys now.
He lived in the woods.
Well, it's a good title. At
least that's what the media is trying to tell us.
So here's the thing. So the movie first originally had the previews for it, and people were flipping out because they like romanticized Bundy by having Zac Efron play it. And I was like, whatever. You can't fault Zac Efron for being a beefcake and being a good-looking guy. Like, come on.
Or Bundy for being a good-looking guy.
Yeah, he's not near as good-looking as Zac Efron.
Well, that's true.
But still, like Zac, he plays it well. Here was the problem with the movie though. It was actually just how it was made. If they would have done the movie with Bundy, but had him doing the shit that Matt Dillon does in The House That Jack Built, I would have been like, that was a good movie. But instead, you only actually see Ted Bundy kill one person, and the rest of the movie is actually them kind of like
romancing him
and humanizing him, and it was like, this wasn't true. Like, they show him, like, crying a few times, and you're like, shut up.
Motherfucker didn't cry ever.
Cry. And they showed him, like, trying to talk to his girlfriend that he had, which he did have while he was in prison, and, like, be like, I'll get out of here, Liz, we'll be together, and, like...
Wasn't he actually married, though?
Not to the same girl, but yeah.
But he was married before he went to prison.
While he was in prison.
Yep.
Oh. See, I thought he was...
He got married in a loophole during one of the cases, because he was a lawyer in his own case.
Right. Okay.
And he got married in a loophole. In Florida, you can get legally married in court if you're like, do you want to be my wife? Then I state that you're my wife, or whatever like that. And then that happened, and so we got married. So here's the thing, is that... and he did put his demon spawn on that woman, too, by the way.
So Bundy's got a kid.
Yeah, nobody knows who it is. Would you want anyone to know?
Nope.
No.
Heads my dad!
We'll know in another 10, 15 years when he becomes a serial killer.
Girl.
When she becomes a serial killer.
Doesn't happen.
She's probably
statistically.
Ronan Farrow is not
are smart
Woody Allen's kid.
Serial killers.
What's that?
I'm just on a different jag about kids. Illegitimate.
Women are more illegitimate bastards. They don't get
true.
But they're watching too much Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah, Ronan Farrow.
Oh yeah.
You know how it's said that he's Woody Allen's kid.
Okay.
That's Sinatra's kid all the way.
Okay.
You follow?
Sure.
Sinatra banged everyone.
No, he dated Mia Farrow.
I don't know why.
Yeah, Mia Farrow looks like hot shit.
Well, the only reason why I say that is because the only Mia Farrow I can picture is her in like Sophie's Choice.
So there's their side by sides.
Damn.
What do you think?
What does
I'm gonna go with not Woody Allen.
What does the woman look like? Because she could have shrunk down Woody Allen's.
Like trash. I don't like Mia Farrow. And it's nothing against redheads, but I just don't like her.
No, see, she's got kind of a little nose.
Look her up in Sophie's Choice.
It still could be.
Not Sophie's Choice. Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, God.
Sorry. Is that not the scariest version of her?
Man.
Nope.
Nope. Like haircut and stuff.
Nope. I would never talk to this person if I saw her in real life. Hi, I'm kind of cute, huh?
Kooky eyeball.
Vaguely, you look like you want to glue my dick to my leg.
Especially that
That's
picture.
weirdly specific.
Can we cut that
It
going?
happens. There are girls
Should
that
edit
will
that to
glue
make it-
your dick
make it
to
longer.
your leg.
You have to break the silence. It happens.
We'll find more of those.
Yeah, we'll find more of those moments.
That's what we need. That's what we need to owl. Yeah. I'm serious, man. We gotta save that for that owl. If we would have none of these the camera issues. Of course, the owl would also pick up all of the other shit, like the tools,
Yeah.
not the set anymore.
No more set. Can you? Well, I bet you could probably configure it.
I'm sure. Mia Farrow's haircut looks like
Chucky?
Speaking of Chucky,
The new one?
yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Isn't it? Mark Hamill?
Is the voice, yeah?
I will watch it just for him. Also, Aubrey Plaza, love her to death.
Oh, yeah,
love her.
she's the mom.
Love her.
Yeah, she's incredible.
The Fappening?
Hey,
Remember the Fappening? Remember the stuff?
it happened once upon a time.
Do you remember the stuff from the Fappening?
Aubrey Plaza. My leg.
Oh, hello. Do you remember that? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
I don't.
Actually.
The Fappening?
Do you guys know what the Fappening is?
No.
The Fappening is when
guys
people
don't
went
really
into
have
people's
internet.
iPhones and then like took their videos off, and that's how everybody saw Jennifer Lawrence's butthole and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I could turn off the butthole.
I'm fine with it. So here's the thing: one of the people that got fappened, I guess, was Aubrey Plaza. Yeah, that's a good one too. I generally don't look them up because it's pretty invasive and it feels kind of bad, but it felt so good.
Right?
Oh man,
You don't know who she is?
No,
it was, and I think she's just beautiful. Anyways, I love that personality too.
Just weird.
I like that though.
Samuel Tarly and drag.
You can't look at it.
That's what I texted people. It's like, you can't unsee this.
What is that?
This is Rebel Wilson on the cover of In Style or something. Samuel Tarly. Oh my God! It's Samuel Tarly and drag.
Well, I can't unsee that. Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry.
Guys.
I'm like, man, I gotta go share this with Josh.
I had to stand up.
You guys are talking about something.
I had to stand up.
We should probably get out of here.
Wrap it up.
We can't share. The latest In Style magazine, it's not the latest, it was probably last month's, had Rebel Wilson on the cover in some kind of man suit. It's Samuel Tarly and drag.
I love that her tie is like a Colonel Sanders tie.
Well, come on, get my fried chick. She doesn't eat all that chicken.
I like Rebel Wilson, kind of.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Kind of. Okay,
That picture is really
you have to commit to one of them. Long-time relationship. Rebel Wilson.
No.
Amy Schumer.
Oh, yeah, that's not a choice.
No, that's it. That's the two choices.
Am I Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy's the
Because I'll be out banging guys and killing them.
Mary fuck. Okay, all three of you. New game before we end it. Mary fuck kill.
Oh, Jesus.
Amy Schumer.
Kill. Not even a choice.
Hold on. Hold on. That's kill.
I would just kill them all.
Without choice.
Melissa McCarthy. I'll give you mine. My Mary is going to be Melissa McCarthy. Seen interviews with her? She looks nice enough.
I bet she cooks.
She looks like a good cook. She played a cook in Gilmore Girls.
Method acting.
She maybe will get her to do a little meth.
Those bed bugs.
Get rid of the bed bugs. Lose some of those bed bugs. Rebel Wilson. I don't want to fuck her though. None of them.
No, because she looks like Samuel Tarly.
If you had to choose between.
Okay, but here's the thing though. If I could think of that, then we'll get over the hump.
Oh, well, it is cold in the north at the wall.
I like it.
I can cozy up to that and be like, yeah, I'm safe.
That's all I got.
He could.
All right.
What
are you up in kitties today?
Oh man, throwback. Throwback Thursday.
Next time you gotta rent me a clothes.
Oh yeah, I do.
I can wing it.
Yeah, let's wing it.
Let's wing it.
Oh. This has been Time Spent Poorly with your host, Derek and Edwardo! Woo! Special guest, Josh Elliot! Yeah! Woo! You're Nelson Baird, and go to TSPN.fun, find all of the Time Spent Poorly shows because there's a sports show, there's shows with kids.
Another sports show.
Great stuff!
Skanking, you know. Ska music.
There's a lot of great stuff.
You're not
There is.
nice enough.
All right, thanks for listening. We'll see y'all next week.
Woo!
That's a great soap.
Oh, yeah. Is it with Beck? What Beck Bennett and what's his name? Kyle. Those guys are the highlights for SNL right now. Yeah.
I just like when it's like super Moody's one of my favorites.
I like Beck.
Yeah, and Beck Bennett's good.
Yeah. They did those neighbor stuff back in the day. They were just like the neighbor.
Yeah,
They were viral. Somehow.
SNL picked them up. Oh,
Yeah.
these guys will make us money. No.
They are. Well, their skits are still funny though. I
I think the SNL stuff is pretty good.
I don't watch any SNL, so I would know.
I don't watch the full episodes.
Just watching stuff.
We should seriously make that though, like that. Caller. Is that a specific skit, or do you sit there and make that up? Or is that just kind of one life?
It's just similar to anything I've seen. Yeah.
So we should do that though. It's bad. Call it video.
Write it.
Yeah, and then do it. But do it with like our phone. It would be so easy to do with our phone. You should call it overacting, you know? So like do like we should call it. I don't know, man.
That's what it is, man. That's fucking Chucky, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. It's like overacting. They'll be like, I don't know, man. Dude. Yeah.
You gotta call her.
You gotta call her. I just think we should do a thing where it's gonna be like we're trying to make it like you're interrupting me, and I'll be like,
And they awkwardly cut away
Right.
to a waitress standing there to take the
and
order.
I'll be like, I just think, and then it cuts to you being like, hold on, man, but too far in between where it's like it's not you interrupting me. I just think. Oh, but keep it on me for a second too, where I'm
They
like,
cut to me and I wait.
yeah,
And I'm
and
waiting.
you're waiting too. So
Hold on, man.
We didn't even edit. Yeah. So okay, we'll do it. Like, I just think.
Hold on, man.
I think if you're gonna go that far to do it,
I love it.
you should also make another conversation that each of you guys are having away from each other with a single person, and then splice your conversation together so that
So now I like
you'll-
that. Yeah. But that actually
it's
sounds
like,
good.
It's
though.
like a deep